welcome back to Resin Mess Express. We are going to do a fun little project today. I have this mold. It is a stump. It's matte. It's a matte mold. Then I have our little bird mold. And then I have two baby birds. We are going to create a stump. When it is cured, we are going to put a nest in the stump and add our birds and other little inclusions on it. So I have probably 13 ounces of Bond Crafter 1-to-1 mixed up. I'm going to use for the stump, I'm going to combine the brown and a pale goldenrod. Both of these are by Small Tongue. I have noticed that these are quite transparent, so I will probably add more than it probably looks like I need to. Anyway, then for the birds, our state bird is a cardinal here in Indiana. So the female cardinals are a more dull red than the males. The males are bright red. So I'm going to do a female. I'm going to use Roleo in the scarlet, and I'm going to add some of the CT, cannot pronounce that name, some shimmer red to the red to kind of tone the red down a little bit. The little birds I'm just going to do in straight scarlet. So let's get started, shall we? Let's add our colors first. Watch out, little guy. I'm going to start off with some shimmer red. I don't know how much I want. Maybe a couple spoonfuls. This will give it a real pretty shimmer too, even though the scarlet is gorgeous by itself. I just thought it might look kind of pretty. Okay, and then I will do the same for the red. Just put a couple scoops, and let's do 3. Okay, there's our red. Let me get that out of the way. And then, let me get a paper towel here, wipe off the spoon real quick. And, oops, come back here. I guess I'm just going to mix these two colors together. Because this is transparent, I'm going to add probably 4. 2, 3, 4, because I definitely don't want a transparent stump. I should have started with the pale goldenrod first, but I didn't. So I'll just wipe my spoon off real quick. Okay, I'm just going to do probably a couple spoonfuls of it. I just want to lighten it up a little bit. Okay. And there's that. All right, now let's get our alcohol to break these down. Can you believe it? I actually have sticks ready today. Shock. Okay. Why did, oh yes, because I wanted, you know what? I screwed up already. I need just red for the little ones. I'll leave that just red for the little ones, and I'll add, okay, not thinking right. Stick with me, guys. I'll get it eventually. Okay, let me add about, maybe, well, let's do it. I don't know, 3 maybe? Okay, there we go. Now we have it. Good grief. It's early. What can I say? Let me grab another stick because I wasn't thinking. All right, look at all that powder. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to squirtsy. Can't even tell I put any in there. Let me go grab my bigger alcohol. Hold on. You definitely, if you do this, definitely cover it with your glove. Look at all that on there, just from covering it. Otherwise, it would be everywhere. Let's see. We do another squirt. I didn't have to cover it because it was already had some alcohol and the dusty part was already absolved. Okay. I have 2 rogue pieces of glitter down in this resin. I wonder if I can get them out. Hold that thought. There's one. I know you can't see it. I'm off camera. I'm sorry. There we go. There's our little rogue piece of glitter. Alright. Let me go ahead. I don't need much for just this one. So, probably about right there. That's probably an ounce maybe. I'm thinking these take about half an ounce, these little guys here. So just mix this up real well. Has such a pretty red. Isn't that pretty? Perfect for a Christmas red. All right, let me clean this stick off real quick. It definitely stays on your stick, that red, even if you wipe it off. It's all right. Okay, a piece of not resin, mica powder down in there, the red. It's all right. I'm just going to slowly pour it. Make sure it gets down in that little tail. One nice thing about it, you can see bubbles. Now I'm going to stop and squish his little beak just to make sure that it gets down in there. Okay. Fill him up. Voila. There we go. He will settle, I'm sure. It'll go back down there. He's awfully domed, but that's okay. Okay, let's pour this little guy. I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. Squish his little beak. Okay, continuing on. Making sure the tail, good deal. Tail filled up perfectly. Okay, and stopping there. All right, those little guys are done. Now, if I can move them out of the way so I don't knock them over. Okay, I'm just going to put them off to the side here, and then I will bring them back to the heat mat in a few. Okay, this probably holds, I already got it dirty touching it. I'm going to guesstimate about 4 ounces. So I'm going to fill this up to probably, oh, I didn't spray it with alcohol, did I? Oh well. Probably about right there. I know this holds approximately 8 ounces. That I do know. All right, let's see if I can get this powder mixed in without any lumps, clumps, bumps. Smash it on the side. How I do it is I push in on the side with my finger and then take my stick and smush it in there real good. Oh, I hate having clumps of mica powder not mixed in. It really bites a bippy. Okay. I may let this sit for a second and just see if anything comes up while I do the stump color here. Okay, I'm just going to set that to the side. We shall see. Definitely will spray this one. 2, 3. Start with that. I hope this doesn't turn into an ugly color. Guess we shall find out. I probably could add some more brown to it possibly to make it not so ugly, but I think that'll be alright. If you look at a stump, they're not necessarily brown anyway. They're more lighter in color usually. At least that's the case at my parents' property. Yeah, I think they'll be alright. They'll be perfect. Okay, set that for a minute. There's a piece of unmixed powder. Just going to give another squishy, smushy, stirry stir. What terminology, huh? Squishy, squishy, stirry stir. Okay. Alright. I think it's going to be a pretty... It's not as pale as I would have liked, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it. Like I said, it's your art. You can color it whatever your little heart desires. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to stop Squishy his little nose, his beak. Okay. Fill them up. That's why I didn't add the brown to the rest of the clear, because I wanted to make sure I had enough of the red for this guy first. Which it looks like I will. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So I have 2 different reds left. So I'll set that aside for the moment. Now I will mix this into the rest of our resin here. I just love how that looks when you pour it in there. Looks like a big old cloud mushroom of some sort. I don't know, it's just so cool looking. So cool. Doesn't take much to make me happy. Okay, get all that out of those grooves. I probably should have moved that bird. My luck, I'll spill them everywhere. Okay, let me get that cleaned up. Our bird is settling, so I'll probably have to add some more resin to it, which I think I shall. I think that was the right one. Just going to add a little bit more. Just a little bit. Because I remember times past that it did shrink. I'm going to spritz from far away, though, because I don't want to overflow it. Same with those little guys. Okay. Back to these. Where's my... There it is. Okay. Get that stirred in real well. I hope you guys are doing okay today. It's kind of a wet, rainy day here, but we haven't had a lot of rain. We were actually very low on rain till a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. See how transparent that looks? To me, it looks very transparent. That's why I added what I added. That for the value of the mica powder, I mean, you can't beat it. I think I paid $25 for 72 colors. So yeah, I do want to spritz this because it does have a lot of detail on the side. So I'll make sure I don't have any bubbles. Just going to slowly pour it down in here, and then I will pick it up and squish it. Just to make sure. Get a little bit higher. Alright, I'm going to stop right there. I'm just going to go around and smash the sides. Kind of going up. Hopefully it will get into those nooks and crannies. Just making sure. Okay, continue on. Just going to let it slowly pour in there to make sure it gets in all those little grooves. I could go a little faster than nothing, huh? Wasn't paying attention. Okay, so we are going to have some brown left. I wasn't sure exactly. I made up, like I said, about 13 ounces, so. And this is a very soft mold, so it will pop right out. Okay. Alright, guys. There's our birdies and our stump. And I wonder what color we'd get if we mixed all these into here You know what? Let's try it. What the heck? I'm up for an experiment. Why not? Probably just turn out uglier and be, but uglier than can be, I meant to say. Gosh, can you tell it's early? Alright, clean this one out. Actually, let me have that spatula. What am I thinking? I'm hoping I'm on camera so you can see. Let me scooch you over. Get all that red out. Whoa, that could have, well, good gravy. That could have been horrible. Huh. Heart failure. Heart failure. Okay. Well, that's about as much as I'm going to get out of that one. Okay. Let me find something. You know what? We may just pour it. I got an idea. Hold on. I'm not going to turn off the camera. I'm just going to grab it real quick. We're just going to throw it in the bigger bird mold that I have. Why not? I'm not even going to mix it. I'm just going to pour as is. And we're going to stop and squishy the beak, though. He might turn out pretty. Who knows? Okay. This will probably take the majority of this resin. If not, I have that drip mold over there we can finish filling up too. Oh yeah, it's going to take pretty much all of it. Pretty much. There we go. He is done. Let's go ahead and put the rest in here. See what we get. That's going to look pretty with that orange and stuff, I'm a-thinking. Just cleaning it out. Get all that pretty in there. You know, I never thought red and green would be pretty together, but that's actually not bad. I'll show you here in a second. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to stop right there. That's good enough. Okay. That is actually not bad. You see the, trying not to spill it. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm just going to leave it up here so it'll cure up with the rest of this stuff. Let me give it a spritzy spritz. Put our little birdies up here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I will clean up here. We will let this, let me turn the heat mat on. I will let all this cure up, and then we will come back and finish this up. I'll show you my idea, what I have in my head. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. Hey guys, these are all cured up. I keep hitting that camera. I am so sorry. Ugh. Okay, we're going to start with our extras, and then we'll probably do the birds, do this one last. I see a little bit of overpour. Let me see if I can just rip that off. I let it sit on the heat mat for about 3 hours, maybe. Something like that. Okay. Alright, let's start with this guy. This was just our drip mold. I went ahead and tore some of the bottom off because he really overflowed on me when I wasn't looking. See, I'll have to trim him up. But for now, just get him out. Okay, let me get this turned the right way. I don't like to leave my molds out of shape. Alright, there we go. That's actually not a bad drip mold at all. Turned out pretty. Definitely a fall looking mold. Yeah, that too. Fall looking piece. I will clean up the bottom. Like I said, I just ripped it off. So I'm going to set him over here. I do have my soapy water ready. I'm shocked I do. Okay, let's get the little guys out. These are kind of tricky, just to get started anyway. Okay, I'm going to start with his little head. Maybe. Pop it out. Then work our way back to the tail. They're just hard to hold on to because they're so tiny. And there we go. Aww, isn't him a cutie? He's just a little guy. Love that red. Absolutely love it. Very pretty Christmas red color. Okay, this little guy should be about the same. Get his little head out. His beak looks great. No bubbles, holes. Not sure, that must have been extra from something. Aww, cutie, cutie. Cutie patootie. Okay, so there's the little ones. Now we'll start with Mommy here. Now I'll probably need the soapy water for her tail. I'm just trying to get her head out first. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can loosen that up some. Oh, we might be able to get it out. I just didn't want to rip it, tear it. I've distorted tails before because of my impatience, and I didn't use any soapy water. So we're going to squirt just a wee bit in there, just to make sure, and it should slide right out, just like that. That's what I wanted. Get a paper towel and clean that up, clean her up a little bit. There we go. And there she is. So shiny, so pretty. I may put some little eyes, and I might fix up her little beak a little bit. See that unmixed powder in there? I don't know if you can see it. Just a little bit, but not a problem. It's just on the top of her head. Okay, now Daddy Bird. Should clean that mold off first, but I didn't. Let me set that out of the way. Alright. Go around him real quick. Loosen him up. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Get his little head out. Like so. Maybe. Now see, this is really the color I wanted the Mommy. That's more what the female cardinals look like. So, I don't think I hit that down in there. Maybe, yeah, I did. Yeah, the females are more dull in color. So this one technically should have been the female. I guess we could still use it, but it's kind of big. And that's what the male would look like. The bright red. Cute, cute, cute. Alright. Now for the stump, and then I'll show you what we will do next. Which the next step I probably will do off camera because it's pretty boring. Okay, I'm just going to loosen up the sides, and then it just folds right down. Still bendy. Oh, I see a Sam here. That boy sheds more than I do. Okay. Get that turned the right way. Okay. And there's our stump. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I like the color. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is my plan. Excuse me. I'm going to fill up the inside with just clear resin. That's it. Just clear. Then we will put Mommy and the two babies on the top. I'm going to build a nest. I'm going to use some of this, what's it called? I've got a bag here. Hold on. I'm going to use some of this. It's called reindeer moss from Dollar Tree. I just put it in a container. That's what part of our nest will be. And then I have, sorry guys, I'm getting dizzy. I have some of these bees and daisies we might put on the outside of the stump. Also have some of these little flowers. See if I can, they're so pretty. Little flowers with rhinestones. I have these. If I use them, I may use a different kind. But these are wooden butterflies. About dropped the whole thing. Hold on. Let me set that down before I spill it. They're actually buttons. But yeah, we may put those on the outside. And then the cutest thing ever. I love these little things. They're ladybugs. If I can get them turned over. Or not. There we go. Little ladybugs. So yeah, we'll just have to come up with where we want to put them on our stumps. So there we go. So right now, like I said, I'm just going to pour clear resin. You've seen people pour clear resin a million times. And when that cures up, then we will come back and place all of our little items on there and go from there. So I'll see you back soon. All right, I filled it up with the clear. Got clear in there. I went to probably, I'm not sure what, oh, it's just a mark. A 1/4 of an inch from the top. And what I thought I would do is I would build the nest around the birds. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this glue. I mean, I've heard of B7000, but never the multi-purpose adhesive. And this is kind of weird. It says Gravity Magic Rubber. Not sure what that means. And then down here it says Stimulate the Taste Free. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Anti-vibration, flexible, hint of scent, and paintable. I don't know. We're going to find out, guys. It said it can be, it's an acrylic diamond adhesive. Is one, let's see. It's kind of small. It's for satisfied toy glowers, jewelry, handcrafts, and other industries. The special environment protection adhesive bonding and other products are not afraid of bad. Compare with adhesive acrylic drilling bottom. Whatever that means. I'm just telling you what it says. Whew. All right, kind of gives me a headache thinking about it. Lord have mercy. All right, let's start. I am going to put on the bottom of her first. Put a good amount on there. Fly, I'm telling you, bud, you better go find somewhere else to go. Okay. I'm going to stick her probably not really in the center, but close. Probably about right there. I did draw some little eyes on her, and on the little babies too. I put little eyes. Each one did have a little tiny bubble underneath, which I did fill in with some UV resin. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but like right there under his little nosy. Okay. Shoo, I can smell that. I thought a hint of scent. My Lord, I'd hate to see what they think a full-blown scent would be like. Whew, okay. We'll stick this baby, oh, about right there, beside Mommy. Oops, don't you go anywhere, buddy. And then we'll put a nice heaping amount on there. I will say it comes out very well. And we'll stick you, yeah, probably about right there. Okay. Let me wipe off the tip of this glue. Now, I probably should have glued our little items around, but I think I'll build up the nest. If we have to come back, we'll come back and finish it. Okay, we're going to start off with some of this mossy stuff. I forget what it was called. Reindeer moss, I think it said. And I don't know if you've ever seen a bird nest up close. I'm sure you have. We used to have doves that would build a nest on our porch in the corner every year. And you wouldn't believe some of the stuff that they used to build their nest with. It was so cool, though, because mom and dad actually took turns watching their baby, which was pretty stinking cool. Anyway, I thought I would use some of our deburring scraps to mix in to make it look like they had gone out and harvested all these bits and pieces for their nest, to make it look maybe a little more authentic. I don't have anything that would represent like straw or hay or anything like that. I'm just going to put a little bit on here, like so. And then I'm going to just kind of smush it down in there. Let me get my tweezers. Get it down into that glue to hold it. Make sure it's all covered. Oops. I'll probably put some UV resin over it. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let me get my light. Hold that thought. Okay. And my UV resin. Let's just put some on top here. Just kind of hold it down a little bit. Let it seep down in there. I will hold it down as I push the light on it. Just to hold it in place a little bit better. I can't get my tweezers out. It's stuck. Well, that didn't work out, guys. Okay. Hold that thought. Plan B. We'll just go with the glue. Just making sure it's in there. You know, I probably could even pour another layer of resin around all of it, too, to keep it in place. Because there is, like I said, about 1/4 of an inch left. So it's possible. Okay, let's put some along here, like that. I'm just going to stick that hunk down in there, like so. I think it looks kind of cool hanging over the edge. I'm going to leave that. Okay, now I'm going to go in here. Stop right there. Let's see, here's a nice chunk. This mold came from, the stump mold came from Temu. The birdies, I believe they came from Amazon. Let me turn that light off. The embellishments, the butterflies, no, bees. The bees came from Amazon. I'm pretty sure these little flowers came from Temu. I made these myself. I did make a mold of the bees. I think I showed in one of my previous videos. Here's what it looks like. That's how it turned out. Turned out really cute. I just haven't painted them up or anything, but yeah, cute. Okay, back to this. Alrighty, is that attached? I can't tell. Let me see here. No, it was not. Alright. We'll just put it right in here. Stick it right in there. Okay. Maybe, if it'll stay. Let me get my other hand. Let me push some more down in there. Into that glue. Okay. Let's go back here real quick. Put some along there. Trying to find a nice hunk. There's a nice hunk. Wow. That is actually perfect. Let me add a little bit more glue though, because it is such a big chunk of moss. I want a heaping amount of glue. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect, darling. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Wish they were all like that. It'd make my life so much easier. Oh, well. Can't have everything, can we? All right. Here's a good chunk. Boy, I am making a mess. Goodness gracious. Okay. We're going to go up in here. I'm just going to kind of put some over the top of that one there. I'll stick that down in there. Okay. I'm going to pull off that one bit there. I don't want it hanging over quite that much. Okay, let go. All right. We'll have to turn this around and I'll have to work on the back side. I will say that B7000, that type, is a lot more fluid and non-stringy. Not as stringy as just the regular B7000 that everybody uses. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Put some back here under her tail. If I can get in there, I'll try my best. I think I'm going to have to straighten her up again. She moved on me. Let me put that pin back in that for a second. I just don't want it running out everywhere. No, she didn't move. She's in there pretty good now. All right, let's put... Oh, I don't know. We'll just start sticking some in there. Okay, let me add a little bit more. Where's my... They're right in front of my face. Not sure what that is. Looks like dead grass. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on top and push it down. Okay. Let me clean that off. Put that lid back on it real quick. Okay. Let me get my tweezers in here. I know you can't see. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, birdie. Stay down, girl. All right. It's not as full as I would have liked. I might be able to get some more in there. Let me give it a shot. I'll try to stick some back in there. Okay, we'll see if it runs down in there. Like I said, it's pretty runny for a glue. All right, moving on. I don't think I want a real big chunk. I want just a little bit to get down in there into that glue. Okay. All right. Stick that down in there. Like so. Uh-oh, I'm moving the baby. No, baby, stay. Well, see how sticky it is? It's definitely sticky. Goodness. I don't know if I'm going to get that down in there. Maybe I can. I'm going to have to glue that back down. She's not wanting to stay at all. I don't know why. There's a ton in there. Okay. Oops. Let me just put some on here and then set her in there. Or him. Him or... Well, I can't even hold on to it. Oh, gracious bee. Okay. There we go. Crisis averted. Maybe. All right. Okay, now. Whew. That was work, guys. You know, when you think of something in your head and think, oh, how cute would that be? And then you actually do it, it's like, oh boy, that wasn't as easy as I thought. Okay, let's add, I don't know if I want some of these just to sit in there. Let's see. Maybe I can get some, I don't think this is going to look right. Darn it. Let's see. Maybe. No. Nope. Okay. I'm going to add a ladybug. I'm going to put one right here. Just set that little ladybug right there. Okay. Let's see here. We could do a flower right here. Let's do a blue flower. Break up some of that red and green. I really wanted to do these on the side, but I don't know. I bet I could UV resin it on the side. Let's try it. See what happens here. Let me get my UV resin open. What about a butterfly? Maybe there. Let's try it. I'm going to put a dot of UV resin on the back and have it ready. Okay, fly, go away. I got enough going on right now. Are you going to take? Are you going to hold? Okay, I may have to put some more on it. I don't know. I didn't want to put too much because I didn't want it running out or running under. Okay, it's on there. Alrighty, so we have butterfly, ladybug, flowers. Let's go back here. Should we do a small bee? I have a small bee. Oops, he's no bigger than a minute. Isn't he cute? I don't like bees, but isn't he cute? Okay. I sure hope you guys can see this. I hope that was on camera. Gosh darn it. Alright, let me try to do this again here. Got the light ready. Let me turn it so I can, gotta get the right way. Okay, ah, poop. Try it again. Let me do it with my right hand since I'm right-handed. Hopefully that'll work. I don't know, guys. It may be too oh, it did. I'll show you here in a second. Let me make sure it's all the way around. He's kind of crooked, but that's okay. Okay, let me bring it up so you can see. There's our ladybug right here. Little flower right there. Then we have a butterfly right there. And then back here we have our little bee. I think I'm going to take a ladybug. Maybe I'll do it right under that one so they look like they're a pair. Put it inside that, I don't know what you call it, like where a branch used to be maybe. Let's do that. I'm just going to put, oh no, I knew better. A drop, a ladybug, and some UV light. Hold on, Mommy, I'm coming. Hold on, Mommy. I haven't forgot about you, darling. Okay, I'm going to set it down and put her back on there, and then I'll finish the ladybug. My goodness. Why is it when, look, I got glue on her. When you try to make something cute, you always have issues. No, whatever. It is what it is. That's all right. Wonder if we output. Yeah, we need something up there. Let me just, sorry guys, I'm trying to turn the light off. Let me just put a drop of glue and put that sunflower or daisy right there. Let's put a drop. Just stick it right there. Okay. I don't think I want too much on there. I don't want to be too busy, but yet cute, simple. So yeah, there we have it. Our cute little bird nest with our little embellishments. Tell you what, let me get this out of the way and I can bring you down and take you around it so you can see it. Let me clean this up real quick. Move you out of the way. Move you over here. All right, hold on guys. Okay guys, there we go. We got our little babies. Mommy, there's our little ladybugs. Then you go around. There's our little bee, our little daisy, our little butterfly, and coming back around, our little flower. That is really cute. That would even be a cute Christmas decoration. How cute. All right, guys. Well, that's all the damage I can do for one day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to think of something fun tomorrow. We'll give it a thought, see what we come up with. Anyway, remember to be you, stay you, and you are worth it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll get your pictures here in a few. Bye, guys.